Hello. Hey, I want to share with you, the big buzzword today seems to be cholesterol. And have you noticed how over the last 20, 30 years they keep lowering the rates or amounts they want to see in your bloodstream? And what I found is most people, unless you're a doctor, really have no idea. And sometimes even doctors, and I didn't know till I educated myself. Good, bad, they call it HDL, LDL. And I kind of want to break this down, but what intrigued me is I'd read a study in a book. I'm always trying to find nuggets out there and look and experience and learn and share. And the Framingham Heart Study was done in Connecticut, and it was over 5,000 people. And they looked at these people, their verbal affluence skills, their memory, their cognition, their speech and language, and they followed them for years. And they would do these cognitive tests to see if they had decline. And they were looking at what they wanted to see people today. They want to have them in normal ranges at 200 or less in their overall cholesterol. What they found in this is when these people had lower cholesterol rates like that they actually had less and lower scores on those cognitive tests. But when people scored between 2 to 240, they actually had better testing. Why is that? Well, for one, it's not the cholesterol. It's the inflammation in the bloodstream that damages the cholesterol. So medical research shows, you've heard LDL and HDL, and they label one as good and one bad. And LDL stands for low density lipoprotein. It's basically a fat with protein in it that carries cholesterol to neurons. Did you know medical research shows that 25% of the cholesterol in your body actually lives in your brain? That's the white matter. That's what is an insulator. Picture in your mind, you've heard of people maybe put on certain cholesterol meds and their arms and legs will catch on fire. This is a side effect or a symptom. As is memory loss, in joint issues, in hormone imbalances. So when people get put on these, cholesterol is a substrate. It's a component of making hormones. So now these people don't make progesterone, estrogen, testosterone. They have to be put on hormone replacement therapies. Medical research also shows that a female put on cholesterol meds, they are 48% more likely to become diabetic type 2. Again, guess what? Insulin's a hormone. Crazy, isn't it? So what damages this stuff? Well, cholesterol, picture in your mind an electrical wire and how it has a coating on it. That coating would be cholesterol, or AKA myelin, which is made of this. And so we wouldn't strip that and leave that set there. It would catch on fire. That's what's happening in these people's cases. So what the medical research now knows is when you have high inflammatory markers in your bloodstream, those are things like interleukin 1 and 2 and tumor necrosis factor and homocysteine and cysteine. These are markers you can look in the bloodstream. Here's what they find. When those are high, that is inflammatory markers, and it's damaging those cholesterol molecules and LDL and HDL. And it injures them. It catches them on fire. That's what inflammation means. It's like a grease fire just happened to your food. It doesn't taste good anymore. And so it deposits in on the arteries. You've probably heard this called atherosclerosis. Now, because that's a fat, but it's become a bad fat known as a rancid fat, your immune system cells attack that in that artery. What that will then do is it will cause a buckling and causes more inflammation. They call this the mast cell. So now your artery has shrank, and then you throw in a high-fat meal. High-fat meals, medical research shows, decreases arterial blood flow by 60% and can take 6 hours to rebound. This study was done at the University of Maryland. What I want to share with you today is how do we combat this? How do we help our cholesterol stay healthy? How do we keep inflammation down in our body? Well, you can eat 10 to 15 raw servings of vegetables and fruits every day, which is hard to do. That's not canned, not steamed, not cooked, not sauteed, just raw, picked off the vine. If you can't do that, if you're anything like me and my family, we use a company it's called Juice Plus. These are capsules. This is the size of it. That's a half serving of the fruits. What the company does is they take the fiber, the water, and the sugar out after they vine ripen it, pick it at its peak ripeness, they freeze it to lock in the nutrition. Then they thaw it under 117 degrees to maintain all the enzymes as best as possible. Then they take it and they dry it and they remove the water, the fiber, and the sugar. And they put it in these little capsules. And 90% of fruit, it's all water. 70% of us is water. And that's how they can do this. And it's also NSF certified. What you do is you're getting 30 different plant species in each serving. And when you get this, this allows reduction of inflammation. Medical research shows in a study conducted by Juice Plus that when you take this product in a 12-week study, it reduced cholesterol in some patients with mild and moderate inflammation. It reduced their cholesterol by 3.5%. This was equivalent to a 9% reduction in cardiovascular damage and disease and a 10-pound weight loss. In people that have higher amounts of inflammation who are stressed all the time, that creates inflammation, these people had a 7% reduction in cholesterol, which was equivalent to a 19% reduction in cardiovascular risk and disease and a 20-pound weight equivalent loss. If you're looking for simple solutions in your life like I do, this is a wonderful tool to use. It's not a substitute for fruits and vegetables, but it's a wonderful way to fill in gaps to bring down inflammation so that you and your family can be as healthy as possible. I didn't even mention my favorite part of all this is that there's a free kid study attached with this where a child gets this product for up to 4 years. I get to sponsor your child. In doing this, there's 250,000 respondents in it and almost 2 million children total tracked by Jackson Hewitt. And when kids eat more fruits and vegetables through Juice Plus, what they find, guys, is that they actually miss school 60% less. They go to the doctor 66% less. They also take 56% fewer drugs, 71% drink more water, and 89% become more aware of what they're putting in their bodies. You know, as a parent, who's not looking for that? I hope this has touched your life in a wonderful way. Whoever has shared this with you, get in contact with them. Get on these products. They're truly amazing. And I pray to God in every day, in every way, you're getting better and better.